Good morning, non-sports fans. My name's John, and this is my friend Brett, and this is Sports Poser, the show for people that don't like sports, don't watch sports, but don't want to miss out on those Monday morning conversations. Brett, how are you doing today?
You just described yourself perfectly.
I did. It is me. I'm the reason we do this, so I can get up to speed.
I know.
Let's talk about hockey. What's going on in the playoffs? We're down to what, 8 teams?
Yes. 8, yes. And a lot of them are, like we were talking last week, are Southern, which is funny.
Mm-hmm. Go Canes.
There's gag kinds. when Raleigh first got a team from Hartford Whalers came to Raleigh, and now they're the Carolina Hurricanes. I remember being in the stands and having people yelling at the goalie when it was tied 0-0.
Right. Like it was his fault.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. But, the thing is, and it's still, there's a lot of teams that are still fighting for it. Most notably Toronto, since the 1967 Albatross is on their back. They're down 3-0.
Hey, look, they already got past the first round. This is a win. This season is a win.
I guess they're into moral victories in Toronto now, so they're gonna have to settle for that. But what I think is so awesome about hockey is how hard they play. Like if you watch a game, even if you're not a sports fan, they're smashing each other. There's something called forechecking. So like when the puck goes past their own goal and it goes to the other side, basically the way they chase it and then the way they get hit once they get it are on the boards. I don't know how they play every night. I just don't see how you can possibly not get concussions every single game.
Yeah, they slam each other into the wall and just there's fighting. I mean, what more could you want?
It's the difference. I mean, actually, they don't fight that much because they get thrown out in penalties and stuff. So they're very conscious of not, because power play, when somebody gets hurt, it's 4 versus 5, which is a huge advantage. So you got to play really aggressive without getting penalties. So it's really tough. And man, they're battling. So any game's just going to be hard hitting. You can hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty insane. That puck probably doesn't feel good either if you get smacked with that thing. So.
Oh God, no. I never played hockey, nor do I ever want to.
No, looks brutal, and I can't skate, so that helps.
That does hurt.
And so it looks like a couple of the series are pretty close, except for that Leafs Panthers one you mentioned earlier. Most of them are what?
So yeah, still developing. Still don't really know. So, but anyway, go Canes.
Go Canes. I love that you're from the north and I'm from the south, and you do that better than I do. That's impressive.
32 years here. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're native.
But I have watched a lot of basketball this weekend.
Yeah. What's going on in the playoffs there? Another still 8 teams. What are we looking like?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still surprised how much people are down on the NBA because, like hockey, if you watch playoff basketball, they go hard. I mean, they play really hard. It's different. It's a different game that people complain about all year long. And so you still got that big series I was telling you about with LeBron James versus Steph Curry, Warriors defending champion versus Lakers, stacked team with all that history, and it was 1-0. Lakers won the first game, and then this weekend on Friday night. It's Friday night. Saturday night. Shit, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I hate when people do that. Was it Wednesday or was it Thursday? Like, who gives a shit? And they beat the Lakers by 30 at home. And so I was like, wow. And then last 2 nights ago, Saturday night, they played again, and the Lakers beat the Warriors by 30.
Wow.
So it's a heavyweight fight, and it's 2-1 Lakers. So you got some good series, and then you got the Philadelphia game yesterday versus Boston. Boston Celtics were up 2-1. Philly won in the last second shot by one of their future Hall of Famers, James Harden, to win that game. To go up to tie it 2-2. And then
so they're no longer under Wooder, is what you're saying.
Now Philly, that's right. We have to have Philly hopefully wins the championship so we can have that city almost burn again.
I would imagine that the 5th game or 7th game or however many they play would have to be played in a neutral zone because
maybe they'll bring that to like Bosnia or somewhere like that where
it can't do much more damage.
So it's less dangerous. Maybe Russia.
Yep. Ukraine's got a couple courts open.
Ukraine's got there's a wide open facility there.
A couple courts left.
But and then Philadelphia's got the Phillies too, so that's a pretty good sports town right now. But you got it's an interesting basketball because you've got some really good teams, and the best team is in your state, Denver. Denver
Yeah.
played Phoenix last night, and
Mhm.
Phoenix won, and that's 2-2. But usually you win at home. I mean, these teams home field advantage is a big deal
Yeah.
in sports, and that's why they play. If you think about it, they play all those games to get in the playoffs, and the only advantage you ever really get is that you get the extra home game out of a 7 game series. So
Right.
you play the first two at home, and then you go away for 2 games, and then you play at home, and then you go away, and then the seventh game, which is the decider sometimes, that's the one at home, and that's what you're doing all that effort for all year long is just to get that advantage. So
Wow.
what I'm seeing now is that these low seeds are winning. So like the Lakers were an 8 seed and they won theirs. The Warriors were a 6 seed, they won theirs. Florida Panthers beat the Boston Bruins in hockey. That was the best winning team in the history of the NHL, and they lost in the first round to a low seed. So I think a lot of teams are just kind of they get through the season, they just want to make the playoffs and they get in. So they'll rest players and they'll
Yeah.
everything. They're not just trying to go hard all season because really the only advantage is that one game at home. And so what? I mean,
Yeah, and you get there healthy, I would imagine. Like that's kind of what the story of the Avs was, right? In the playoffs, everybody was hurt. So,
yeah, they rest players in the NBA, NHL a lot now, and so you pay for all this money for a ticket. You go, and your favorite player is sitting on the bench resting, and so it's a big problem right now. And I think you're seeing that develop with playoffs.
yeah, I like the
So
strategy though. Speaking
yeah,
of not in the playoffs, Kentucky Derby. So
right.
you had some info on that.
Yeah,
What's going on there?
yeah. A lot of drunk idiots putting on stupid hats, acting like they care about horse racing. It's really interesting, don't you think? Nobody gives a crap who wins
Right? Yeah.
unless you bet on Mage,
Mage.
Mage, Mage,
Mage. Mage.
Mage, Mage,
Mage. It's a
Mage.
magician. Don't you have a kid that's a gamer? Come on.
I don't know, Mage, whatever. But so I did do some research for you, poser, so you'll be able to know. 149th race, first leg of the Triple Crown, which is historic to win. Only 13 horses have won the Triple Crown in all those years. And there's 20 horses that make it on a circuit of races over time to qualify for it. They win $2 million. They win a 6 pound gold trophy, which is worth how much do you think? Quick.
6 pounds, 20%. 150 grand.
Wow. That's exactly what it is.
Is it really?
Good job. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Nice.
a pretty good guess. And then you get all the notoriety and everything. And then, of course, the stud fees, which we know all about.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Paid a
that's
lot of those.
and so that's got a chance. The only one that has a chance to win the Triple Crown this year is
Mage.
right. So that'll be interesting a little bit.
Here's
But
a tidbit. Horse racing is one sport where biological males and biological females compete directly with each other and no controversy.
no complaining. Yeah. No, but there are more mares than fillies usually. But
Yes, true.
oops.
Like
Philly,
every party I
sorry.
went to in college at Georgia Tech. Yes.
I'm sorry, I said Philly.
It's okay. We'll get through this. Awesome. Well, I think that about wraps it up unless you got some baseball tidbits. I did see that the Braves and the Tampa Bay Rays have the best
Yeah,
records
it's
in
early.
baseball right now.
It's early. We looked at it May. It's only May. It goes all the way through September. So yeah, the best teams are Tampa Bay right now. Braves are good. The AFC East or AFC, the American League East in baseball has the Red Sox and the Yankees in there. The Yankees are in last place, and the Red Sox are in second to last place, and
Kind
they're
of
still good.
warms my heart.
Yeah, no one roots for the Yankees. I know I don't. So it's always good to see them. But it's early. A lot can happen. We'll talk more about baseball this summer.
It warms up a bit.
Yeah, it's a little more important. The 162 game schedule. It's insane.
That's brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And if you think about basketball too, though, they play 82 games. And if you win, if you're in the playoffs and say you go 7 games every series, that's another 28 games in addition to the 82. So you're playing over 100 basketball games. So yeah, and then they start right back up quickly. They don't even get much break because the season's so long.
Makes you realize how easy those football players have it.
Oh yeah.
Just phoning it in 2/3 of the
But
year.
that's why every game matters with the NFL, though. Like every single game matters because there's only 17 of them. 162, hell, you lose 10 in a row. You're like, all right, guys, come on, let's get our shit together.
That's right. You got to stop drinking before the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
So,
all right. Well, that's a pretty good wrap up.
Yeah, I liked it.
Very good. All right. Somebody off camera there?
That's my daughter's making fun of me for doing this.
Nice. Not the big giant
She's
cardboard
like,
head of her, but the actual girl. That's good.
yeah. She said I'm a loser.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
couple guys in their mid 50s doing a YouTube show.
I can't
She's got a
even
point.
disagree. If she's right, I can't argue with her. And if you say I'm not a loser, you're pretty much a loser.
Yeah. Yeah. You're trying to be nice.
I like the disappointed look that more though. Just like, I can't believe you're doing this. Yeah, there you go. Look.
Not good. All right, my friend. Well, I look forward to catching up next week and seeing where we are in the world of sports.
No doubt.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Later.
Later.
Yes,